Now, first thing I do, as I said before when I just talked about my hair, but a couple people did say they wanted to do it. I've got the Living Proof Prime Style Extender. I have the 1 ounce, which was a 100 point deal at Sephora. You know, you have points for how much money you spend, I think. And I use about a dime size amount. Maybe, now that I look at it, it's more the size of a nickel, if you know what it, oh, now it's running. But it's the size of like a nickel, you know? And sometimes I grab a little more because I have a lot of hair. If you have short hair, you don't need that much. But this is the first thing. Now, I have forgotten to put this, and I put this in last. It doesn't work as good. First thing in your hair should be this. And I've washed and conditioned it, shampooed and conditioned it with my clear shampoo. So now I've got this. I rub it in my hands. It's like a creamy consistency. And then I just run it through my hair like this. I do it through my bangs and through the ends, like that. Okay. And dry my hands off. And then I kind of comb it through. My second thing I put on is my Aveda Foamoliant Styling Foam, okay? This, I think I just looked this up. I think it was $18. And this is how much I use. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pumps, okay? It's not a mousse. It's not a gel. It's just kind of a foam, just like it says. I do it like this, okay? Only because that's what my hairdresser does. And then I run this stuff through my hair. Okay? Okay, so now, here we go. It's time to dry my bangs because, yeah, if they get too dry like this, I'm in trouble. So, this is not a fancy hair dryer. This is the Revlon Iconic 1875 watt hair dryer. I got it at nothing fancy. The only thing I would say about blow dryers is get the Iconic. Did I say iconic? Ionic. I think that makes a tremendous difference in how your hair turns out. And I just blast my bangs, and I'll show you what I do. This is a brush from Walmart. I have no idea what kind it is. I think it's a goodie. Nothing fancy. It's just those kind of bristles. You know what they are. Okay. So that's it. Here we go. Now, if you notice, I'm just blowing kind of straight down on them. And I just do this back and forth. Now, at this point, you can notice my bangs are getting too long. Do you see how they're too long? They need a trim. But I don't have time to go right now to get a trim. So here's what I do that's kind of, you know, first grade poofy bangs. I take my giant, actually, let me get my smaller one. I have a smaller, I don't use this one very often. I have a smaller round brush. It's probably 1.5 inches, like that. And I'll take this on low, the very lowest setting, and I'll just do this. And I don't do it long because I don't want them to be like rounded too badly. And that just lifts them just enough to where they're not down in my eyes. That's it. That's my bangs. I guess they look okay. They're done. One tip about my bangs, I have her cut them longer on the sides. It just kind of gradually gets longer. And I think that frames your face a little bit. And the thing I do now is I just blast my hair with hot air for about, I don't even know how long. You'll see. I may speed it up if it takes a long time, but whatever. Okay. The lights just got dim in here. Okay, I would say that I have got my hair 75% dry, okay? And that way, when you're doing your ends, you don't have to have the hot air on them so long. and burn them. And I don't know what's happening to our electricity right now. Is it just me? Am I having a stroke? It feels darker in here. Okay. I take my thumbs and I go up here and I kind of get a big blob of hair, okay? And I twist it and I put it, well, see, everything falls apart when you try to do it for people. And I put it up on top of my head with just a clip. Okay, so, and I only do that so that this part is thinner. Then I split my hair in half and then I split it in, oh, I gotta brush through it after all that wild hair drying. Okay, now I take this first part, which is really important, and I take my round brush. This is a brush from Walmart again. It's huge. It's like 2 inches, maybe 2.5, I can't tell. It's another ionic ceramic brush. I want to get the one from Brush Lab that everybody talks about, but you know what? This one's working really good. So, and then on kind of on low, I dry this part, okay? Actually on high, medium. Okay. Now it may look like I'm putting a lot of heat on my hair, and I am, but remember this is 3-day hair, so no heat's gonna go on my hair for 2 more days. And I don't do a lot with curling irons or any of that normally. So it's hot, but it's okay. And then I kind of take that down and it's got just like a nice little flip to it. And then a lot of times what I do just to get it out of the way is I put it in one of these Velcro rollers just to sit it there a minute so that it will, what's the word I want to use? It will hold that curl. It'll cool off with the roller in the hair so that the curl will set. Okay, now I'm going to do this thing. Okay. Let that cool off a minute. I think I'm too close. Okay, and then that side's dry, but I will usually kind of do that to it and give it one more blast. Okay, now that side's done. So now I'm going to speed through this side because it's exactly the same. Okay, that's dry. So I'm going to take it, and you can see that there's some frizz here, but we're going to take care of that. Don't worry. Meld these two kind of together. Now I have one of those concentrator things, you know, that concentrates that you put on the end of your blow dryer. I don't know, that thing bugs me. I don't like to use it because I bang myself in the head with it when the blow dryer is longer than I'm used to. Okay, so that all I think looks pretty good. What I always do at this point is I take my mirror and I check my hair in the big mirror. So the bottom layer is now done, and I just kind of twist it, try to stick it in my shirt, whatever I've got going. Okay, now this is the harder part, but not really. And it always gets tangled in the clip. Seriously, y'all? Okay. Oh, there's 2 clips, no wonder. Okay. So now I take all this down. And this is like the top layer of my hair. And this is actually the more important layer. So many people would do it first, but whatever. So now I've got this side. And I take as much as I possibly can and blow dry it. Now I'm going to do this side and then I'll do the other side. It's just like I just did the other. And I'll take this and let it sit for a minute before I do the back. And then I'm going to take this layer and do it. Where does this go? Oh, that's that piece that didn't get in good. I'll have to fix that. Okay. Okay, so now those two are going to sit. Now I've got this layer back here. Now I've got this back layer here, and this is where I try to get some height. And I'm going to show you what I do. I'm going to go ahead and take these out. And now all my bottom hair is done. Okay? Now, I've got this big piece up here, and my hair is layered from long ago. And I'm still trying to get the layers to catch up with each other, and it's driving. Okay, you know what? I need some more from this side. And my layers are still trying to catch up with each other. Now you can see this is not a sectioned off even piece, but it doesn't matter. And what I do is I bring this thing forward so that it's forward. So this is going to give me some height. Okay, now I'm going to blast it with cold air. Now what I do, okay, to be honest with you, now that I think about it, I normally do this back before I do the second two sides, and I put it in this purple big giant one forward, and then that really gives you some height. And I put one of these clips in it, Walmart again, and then that just stays. Sometimes I will leave this in. It's so hot, I'm opening the door. Sometimes I will leave this in while I'm getting dressed, or I'll go eat or something. Okay, we're gonna take it out now because, you know. Okay, and then when I drop that, hopefully you'll see that it just gave me a little bit of bump in the back. Now, if you want more bump, you tease, you know how to do all that. In the olden days, you know, a month ago, I would have now put in the Chi or the Moroccan oil or something as a last minute smoother, because my hair's not really frizzy. But so now what I do is I take my Tresemme, and you have to be ready for this, okay? So here, all my hair is back here. I'm going to take this hairspray and I'm going to spray it right into my hand. I discovered this on a cruise, and come to find out other people knew. Rub it together as quickly as you can. You do this and you twist, and your hands are gross and sticky, but this, okay, now I'm not seeing a huge difference today because it actually looked, I like my hair to look kind of piecey, okay? Do you see how it's kind of piecey? Now some people might call that dry. I don't know. I like it like that. And that's what the hairspray does. And hairspray is more drying than greasing. Really need my bangs cut. So you're not adding anything that's going to make your hair dirty, okay? Now my hair is, I can feel the hairspray in it right now, but it was so little bit. But as you go through the day, it just kind of, you know, does fine. Or whatever. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, my husband is starving. He's waiting on me. He's fixing us some lunch, and it's 12:25. It's past his lunchtime. So I'm going to go now. I hope this video was good. I don't know. I hope you understood everything I said. Like I say, I'm not sure what I'm going to fast forward and what I'm going to not. We'll see in the editing room. Sounds so important, doesn't it? I'll see in the editing room how it all turns out. Okay, I'm going. See ya. Bye.